Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life and Stories Network. It's
It's
about
about
life
life
and
and
stories.
stories.
And my name is Mulonta John Pelon, better known as JP.
My name is Miss K and I'm your other host.
And I am your other host, Mawara Wara.
Lovely man, I'm hearing my guests, they say, no, you know what, you guys need to capture this. Every time when I talk, please capture it.
Yeah, yes, it's nice, it's nice.
I love the energy. I love the energy already. I love it so much. Guys, it has been a very, I don't know, quiet week.
Very
for me,
quiet.
very quiet, yeah.
For all of us, most of us,
Yeah.
if I can say.
Lodabo businessmen, business ladies.
Eish, you're thinking, what are something this is staggering moment in man?
Okay.
Who said the right hand is the right one?
Okay. Mama, what can you
Wait, I don't get it. Who said what?
The right hand is the right hand.
The right hand is
And the left one is disability.
So now I want to know, why would you disapprove?
Why would I disapprove?
Hey.
Because I'm left-handed and I'm trying to understand who said the right hand
Is the right one.
is the right one.
Maybe you're asking the wrong question. You should be asking why didn't the left-handed people dispute in the beginning?
Okay. So they disputed in the
So
beginning.
No, they
should
never.
have.
No, no.
They should have.
No, we are not signing up for that.
So, like everything is done on the left, and like you do everything on the left. You wake up and you are sleeping on the left.
It doesn't matter.
What are you saying? Everything that you do, you are doing on the left
On the
side.
left-hand side, you see.
Okay.
While it's the opposite.
What do you mean opposite?
Opposite of that, because it's like when you're left and it's like, oh, you say left. Wait, thinking. Notice me. I can notice if you're not using the right hand. If you're left-handed, I can notice you like very fast.
Okay, Mpelelenda.
And you guys feels like the Baba user left, banal disability.
Okay, Bashap, we feel like Bashap.
For some reason,
Yes, Bashap.
the 2,000 or 2 million people who could be in the city here, all of them who happen to be using the right hand, it's possible that they are disabled. But that one individual who's using the left hand, it's possible that unoma.
Oh, I know, thank you.
Could be possible.
Thank
Love
you.
could be.
You missed it. Disappointing. You missed it.
Dango.
No, man. But it's my honest opinion.
I hear you.
What's your honest opinion? What's your honest opinion?
But why are you looking at me like that?
No, like I'm shocked. Or like the way you are really shocked. They got the or like yeah, it's
I cannot be getting a perspective very different here.
Okay.
And then I'm surprised at the same time. I'm like, okay, let me just put my opinion on it. And are you not respecting it? Eh? Mawara and NK, are you not respecting this?
no, we are.
So the left hand
Argument
could be the
is-
right one.
Hence, I'm saying I'm complimenting everything that you are saying.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm saying it's surprising, but not that.
Okay.
Yes. Hence, I'm also saying it might be something interesting, surprising, but at the same time, let me put my opinion on it as again myself.
Okay.
Yes. But otherwise, how was your week?
Interesting. It was an interesting week. I had a lot of work to do. So yeah, that was mostly it. But today was the highlight of everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
today there was no, it's not nice. It's not nice.
It is.
No, I just saw a video today of this two guys who were being chased. Apparently they were caught trying to abduct a child. There's a lot going on in Rustenburg. Apparently there was some two guys on the way
We're
to.
talking about in the morning, yeah.
Was it this morning?
Yes.
Yes, that was quite. Yeah, it's a bit concerning. You know.
It's good.
And there's this situation with people killing themselves, taking their own lives. I don't want to unaliving themselves, you blur that out. Anyway, but they were unaliving themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a case, like a lady unalived herself, supposedly. We're not really sure if she did or there was an incident. So it's been quite, challenging. And this is someone that was pretty, not that close, but close, people you see every day. Yeah. So it
It
wasn't.
must be a bit, too painful.
Yeah,
in
no.
that sense.
Hey man, it's yeah. People are.
You know when you said highlight, in the first place I was like, okay, because these are having two different meanings, or maybe meaning different meanings in essence. What you're saying, highlight. So I was like, okay, you are in the podcast today, and then it's a highlight, and then the minute you change the story and said chasing, then I was like, it's another highlight.
Headlight, you know how it is, Kurikang, like
Yeah.
you've got that whole headlights. In today's news, somebody was abducted. So
Yeah.
that type of situation. That's what
I
happened.
got it.
Yeah.
But in the beginning I did not get it.
It sounded nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Everything I say sounds nice.
Yes, I was disappointed you said, no, man, it cannot be nice.
I guess so.
Wonderful, man. This is Life and Stories Network. For those who have just, for the first time you're coming in this podcast and you're watching Life and Stories Network, thank you very much for, for this opportunity again, for giving us this chance. And then we are so thankful and appreciative today that we have got another guest. And then every time we've got somebody to come here, we're not taking it light. We're not taking it very soft. We are so thankful. And Mr. Mogomotsi, when you walked in here, I was sensing something. Such a reserved person. I don't know, you'll tell me about yourself, because I saw somebody very reserved. But when you talked again, I was like, oh man, something is different here. So thank you very much. You can take the opportunity and time just to greet everyone. who's
Wait,
watching
I want to
Life
know
and Stories.
first what's different.
I'll tell you whilst we're just talking. Don't worry about that.
Okay. So what am I doing? Am I introducing myself?
Yes,
All right.
do that.
So my name is Mogomotsi, but mostly people would know me as a king on the mic, a king on the vocals,
King on the
the
mic.
soulful bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mogomotsi chosen. Born, bred and buttered Mora Stembeck.
Uh-huh.
This is where I was raised. This is where I found my youth. This is where a lot of things happened, but it's not where I found myself.
Uh-huh.
I found myself elsewhere, but yeah, pretty much that's it. This is where the man that you see right now, he was raised, yeah. Kigoletse almost everywhere in Rustenburg. If you're talking about Rustenburg, if you know the best places in Rustenburg, you're talking Tlhabane, you're talking Phokeng, you're talking Buitukong, the whole Buitukong region.
But
talking
what
about
makes
Eting.
you say that these are the best places that you are talking about now?
But
I think you've got a lot of those locations and rural areas, urban fringe and so on. Hence, I'm just listening to the list that you are listed now.
no, when you speak about Rustenburg,
Yeah.
or Rustenburg, right, you're talking about Greater Tlhabane,
Oh, yeah.
right? So for those who don't know, Rustenburg wasn't there before. It was called Tlhabane.
Yes.
Right.
Tlhabane, that's why.
No, it wasn't Yamakhoa. It wasn't. Nah.
Don't you know it was called like that?
Yeah, well, they call it Yamakhoa
Okay.
because I guess this is where everything was happening. So this is where everyone else came. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So, but Obuaga Rustenburg, you're talking about after the 90s.
Ah, okay.
So from after the 90s, one of the first few established places, Kasi Steady Tomilwe, more Kibo Witukong. This is after Tlhabane, the Tlhabane that we know. There was Witukong. So Witukong gave birth to other places like Sunrise Park, Bomeriting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything else that you see now. So that's Greater Witukong, basically. So I grew up more the Greater Witukong, but I was born in Kokanana.
Oh, Canaan.
Yes.
And we've got so many Cananas.
Yeah, there's Kanana Marastin.
Yes.
Yeah, I was born there.
I think.
Mashi, okay, let's define Mashi Augurankano. Which Mashi are you talking about?
No, I'm asking.
You could be talking about milk,
Yes.
or you could be talking about Mashi. I mean,
I don't know.
what are you talking about?
I don't know what to be called in the middle. No, I don't know. Explain.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
If I have to explain that we're talking about Mashi,
Guys, are you getting the drill here? Are you getting the drill here?
If you don't get it, forget about
about
it.
Also, I should forget about it.
I'll think about it.
Forget about it.
But I love Canada. It's a nice place. But just sit here.
Yeah, so that's where I was born. I was born there. I was Ukel. This is a story of someone who has been more Rustenburg. I was born Kokanana, but parts of my infancy, I was Kokrundal. This is back in the days of where there was this whole Buremach type of thing, the farms and everything. So I was there for parts of my infancy. Then moved from there, then back to Kanana. Then Habituko Musimuli were like the first street Yabituko. Kailon Nagoting. We were the part of the founders of Wituko. 92
people.
Yeah, about 92 and so on. I was very young then. I grew up. I met people like Buma also, your producer, guys. That's where he came after that. He came after a while after that. And Namastrate and so on. We grew up in the same street. Nale, you know, he lived here, I lived there. We went to the same school, Kolitibo. I went to school, Kolitibo, guys.
Kolitibo has been there for a very long time.
My man, that's the first. Is it the first? Yeah, it's the first primary school, Kolitibo. Then came Tiroloha. Then came Abana.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty
and
much what was happening.
1 and 2 that you are finding now.
Yeah, no, the 1s and 2s is one of those things that the DJ idiots are now and then. You missed it? Come on. Come on, don't be that hard. There was that. And then there was then there was Extension 3, then there was Meritin that were founded. These are places still in Hore. They were a higher and upper class neighborhood. So Kikorilonu, they called them Korilonu. Then there was Busan Rice Park and so on. They were built for people who were earning better. Your policemen.
Politics or something to do with writing, being an author, something.
I'm a creative. I'm a musician. I'm shocked that you're asking that. But why?
No, it's not shocking, but I comprehend everything that you are saying. Hence, I'm asking that. For mere people who stayed in Rustenburg for the past 10 years, even 15 years, the knowledge that we have, I don't know if you call it knowledge about indigenous knowledge or what, the knowledge that you possess, it's different for somebody who stayed here for over 20 years and would say, I don't know what the sections of Canada. I don't get it. Seriously, I'm telling you, you talk of like Halom, people will be asking, what not is it west, east, or something. We've got people like that, hence I'm asking that question.
I know people are ignorant generally. People are, but rather just to be in their own corner and but focus on what's happening now, not want to know what happened before. And you find there's a lot happening that is influenced by what happened before. So for some of us who actually know the evolution of Rustenburg, for everything else to look the way it looks, we know a lot. It's much easier for us to understand and respect the place. But when knowledge gives you understanding, once you have understanding, you can't just behave.
No, you can't. Yes, you can't. Let's just take it from there. Grew up in Bidiko, you go to Kurundal, you go back to Kanana. I'm listening to that. Your childhood experience, the growing up to this far.
Childhood. I had the best friends at my childhood level. They're still my friends.
This is the first time saying the best friend. You just said that in the beginning, best friend.
Yeah, I had the best friends.
Yeah.
At my childhood level, like at my infancy level. Those people I called friends then, they're still my friends today.
Wow.
I still get. This guy will literally drive by the house. People are weedy, we are old. Unon now is still. It's quite a problem. And it was 3 months and I
was thinking the name, Kima.
Manangi.
I love that name, Manangi.
Trust me, you will die if you call him that.
But is it the name? No, I just need to get the drill here. Is it the name or did you keep the name?
He was tiny, so everyone else called him Manangi.
Oh, tiny Manangi.
No, okay. Don't call him tiny.
No, I'm trying to get everything.
This man is older than me. So why would they would have I will not be implicated in this.
You don't need implications here.
Yeah, I won't be. Yeah. So growing up with them, what happened? Let me give it to you properly. No?
Yeah.
So I was born in Kanana, then moved to as still a toddler, moved to Kurundale, then caught up. Went back to Kanana for the final move to Bitugong. So Bitugong was it wasn't formed yet.
Oh.
So 92, that's when we moved there. My mother and my stepfather, they moved there, founded a place and all of that. So now it was a whole situation. Now we're starting the family there. Then later on in the years, they broke up. Then I had to move. We moved with my mother to Sunrise Park, which was another area, Kodilonu. They used to call them that, Kodilonu. So now it doesn't look anything like Kodilonu. I promise you.
Can I just to get in there?
Yeah.
We talk of Sunrise. It's the same Bitikong again. It's Bitikong.
Yes, it's
right?
Bitikong. It's Greater Bitikong.
It's Greater Bitikong.
Yes, yes.
And most people don't know that. Hence, I'm just getting confirmation from.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it is. If you look on your board, you type on Sunrise Park, you're most likely you're not gonna find it.
Yeah, true.
And so, yeah. So that's where we moved.
Okay.
But then years on, I think that's where I did my whole teenagehood good thing. Towards the end of my matric, we moved to our rural rightful space, which is called Luka.
Okay.
Caused by ethnic, is it ethnic? By culture, Mufokeng
Oh yeah.
from the Bafokeng tribe.
Can even Canada falls under
Luka,
that? Right?
yes, it's also Bafokeng and stuff. So we moved to Luka. That's where we moved, I think 20 years ago. Is it 20? Yes, 20 years ago. We moved to Luka. And I went to college. It was called Rastaman College by then. But quickly when I went, they changed. It was Orbit now. Suddenly, we brought change. Go Rastaman College. Then it was Orbit. That's where I went there. I studied engineering. Didn't finish. The last year I quit. I didn't
Last
really
year.
quit. Yeah, the last year. I didn't quit. It's just that extension life or life.
In the first place, who was paying for the fees?
I mean, don't be asking stuff like that. You're gonna get into trouble.
No, just to get a bit of what
Who was
happened.
paying? Yeah, people know what Look, the nice first thing now it's okay because now it's a thing that they push go and claim after us anyway. But during us, nearly a bit tricky. You know what I mean? That it wasn't something that was presented from the time Kuskolo.
Oh yeah.
So there was that. Plus, I was doing something that initially that's not how I wanted to do it. I was a bit bummed by the way they handled the whole situation. I said, I decided no, not doing this anymore. And I'm failing anyway. So I goes on my life.
I love how you're saying it. Failing it and you're just falling it just off there.
What do you mean? Like,
It's like it was less thing. Failing it, just leave it. I just wanted to understand why that. Is it too much like you said?
But man, there are many things that come into play when it comes to the progress of a scholar, right? On school, you are going to school in high school. Everything is on your parents. How they support you, how they are there for you financially and all of those things, right? And then you reach at the stage where you are going to college and so on. It's no longer much about them, it's mostly about you.
About you, yeah.
So in as much as Basao support, if you didn't have the proper support growing up, these things are going to catch up with you, especially at the most important time. So now with me, I needed the most support, because I saw a lot growing up, and I went through a lot growing up.
Would you like to share?
Yeah, no, man, just normal stuff. I saw a lot. The issues dealing with body. How do you call it? As a child, I was the. Is it the punching bag? I was the punching bag of the mother. Your parents are going through whatever they're going through, so they grow or they move apart. So whatever stress that they're going through, they take it out on you. So that whole abuse thing, physical abuse type of things, I went through it. I went through it as a child. It's what I was mostly exposed to growing up and all of that. So yeah, that was mostly it for the most part of it actually. From the time we moved to Sunrise Park till pretty much that, until I gained my own voice and my own strength and where I could actually stand up for myself.
But how did you get to that point where you say, I need to move from this point now to say I need to move out from being, say, like, hey, having those scars, to say I'm moving away from that because it's not gonna be easy. I'm just thinking.
moving away from it, she said something about accepting.
Yeah.
The key to anything you go through is to accept that it has happened. You know, a lot of people are stuck in a position they can't grow because they can't seem to accept that this has happened. This is why you have other people to talk to. When you talk to people, they get you through it. Now you get to accept. Me, I had the privilege of having a very strong personality. I'm a very strong person, a willed person. You can't come to me and think that you're going to bring me down. No, that's not going to happen. No, I know who I am. The other thing is, so instead of other people who went to church to obtain saparo, me I obtained knowledge. Like a great knowledge about Christ and all of those things and what God means to your life and all of that. That became my foundation of life.
I love the fact you're saying, just to get in here, I'll get back to you, Miss K. I'm just concerned about, the faith part of it, belief part of it, saying it just paved the way, it made things easy. I just wanted to get to understand how deep that role of believing play in terms of you changing from where you are, accepting, like you said, you use that word of accepting. How deeply did it play in terms of that faith, belief that you had?
Faith, believing. I don't understand. Are you saying how deep was my... I think I get the question.
Yes, fine. I'm just going to rephrase it again. How deep did this faith that you have with God, or the relationship you have with God,
now
play?
I get it. Look,
Yes.
I was born with the ability to understand the presence. So from a very young age, the best thing that my mother did for me was to raise me. So she brought me closer to God, pretty much. I was always closer, but she brought me closer to the knowledge about it and everything else. So as you grow, some people, there are two types of people. There's someone who goes there to obtain a religion, like sets of laws of how to behave, and then there's someone who obtains a relationship. You understand? So me, I was fortunate enough to establish a relationship at an early age. So I would walk. I remember when I was a child, I would walk all the way from Extension 4 to Extension 3, because that's where we had a church. I would walk all the way from Freedom, where I go Extension 3, because we had a church there, the New Covenant, the one that's here now. But it was there at that time. Yes, it was there at that time. So I would walk, because they had this thing. It was very nice there. They had this thing, a bus to collect people, and everything else, and we would go with that, and we would go to church and everything. So that gave me a bit more sensitivity towards understanding this thing. So one time I walked all the way from home to church, right? Because the bus didn't come on that day. And I was not feeling like staying home. So I walked. And I was a child. I'm talking about 8, 9. I walked all the way to church. On the way to church, I just decided to pray. And not even pray, but have a conversation by myself with the Spirit. If there's anything...
You did understand the Spirit by then.
That's what I'm saying, I've been born with, I was born with the sensitivity. You understand? I could understand. So I gave myself that conversation with him, had my first covenant with him. Since then up to now, I've been running Guyana. So all these things that I faced and everything else, that's the direction, the lead, the guidance of the Holy Spirit going through it. If I was to use those words, Yeah.
Wonderful, man. Okay, I just want to go back to your point, because you wanted to make a point. I'm a bit concerned again with the belief if you hadn't had one. If you didn't have one, but we'll come back to that one. Ms. K, you wanted to say something?
No, I wanted to ask him, the abuse we experienced it in your life, was it from your mom or your...
No, it was from my mom.
From your mom?
Yes.
And what happened to your dad? You said you were raised by your stepfather until...
Right. You guys are going deeper into my personal things. But it's fine. I don't really have any attachments to it. My father wasn't there. from the time I was born. He's one of those people who just renounced themselves from the relationship with their child. But he was, he stayed here for the rest of his life. He died there even. Didn't have a relationship. I remember one time I went to his house, and he wouldn't allow me to sleep there for whatever reasons that were going on. And I was like, okay. Yeah, and mind you, I'm his only son.
Yeah.
Like till he died, I'm the only son.
Even now.
Even today, I am the only son from girls only. The other ones, my siblings, the young ones, are girls only. So he's, but I don't want to say his heir because people aren't just people. Even girls are heirs. But I'm the representation of his presence basically. So, and I was his firstborn, but he never had a relationship with me at all. So the man who raised me was actually my stepfather. He was a very nice guy. He was a very good guy, businessman. He was well known, Brascal, well known for selling vegetables. He was the biggest vegetable businessman in Rustenburg. At those times, we had there was a store here in town, Total. I don't know what it was, but Town Talk. This is back at the days, the Town Talk. Yeah, we had a whole business there. You see what other people are doing now. We had a business. We were one of the first ones to start selling there. He was a big man. He was a very, very successful vegetable seller in Rustenburg. Yeah, so he's the one who raised me as a son. So we took home for the rest of my childhood and all of those things. Yeah.
But rating it out of 10 with your stepfather, how would you rate it?
I was a 10.
Wow.
He was a 10. He was yeah.
Yes. And in the relationship that you never had, do you feel remorse of that to say?
No, I had a father. You must understand. You have the man who's responsible for your life. I don't know what you call him that. You have the man who's responsible for your upbringing. That's a father.
Yes.
You understand? So the one who was responsible for my upbringing, that was him. So that space of my life, it was covered. I saw what I needed to see. He was a businessman. I'm a business-minded person myself. So a lot to see from that. Grew so much from that. Yeah.
Wonderful. You know why I'm asking this? Because I'm asking this question because I was like, he's been there in Hello Park and stayed there. I was the only son, and getting the feeling that you are saying only son, I was expecting to say maybe if I had a chance or something. Hence I'm asking if you feel that remorse to say, if I only had a chance, I would have loved maybe just to say, my blood father to be there. Hence I'm asking that particular question. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was just asking that.
Okay.
But again, let's get into your music because you talked about being the king behind the microphone. I took that from the first conversation we had just earlier on. I think it was 5 minutes in the conversation, and I was like, when somebody says king, it's something different from microphone or I'm doing the best. So when you say king behind that, can you explain before we'll get to the music?
And the thing is, I don't really like talking about myself, but
yeah,
I guess it's what must happen. A king on the mic, a king on the vocals, the Soulful Bishop. The Soulful Bishop was given by somebody more social media.
Okay.
A king on the mic, a king on the vocals. It was taken from what I was hearing from people saying, "Yo, Mfana, you're a king on the mic." And this was during the times Sabo Kalo, after Kalo. Actually, not during the times, after Kalo, and he's still there anyway. So I had this whole thing of I want to do music of this kind. So I grew up listening to Monique Bingham, I grew up listening to Wanebo Kalo. So during those times, Zano, it's a lot of them. During those times, I formulated a sound. I was like, no, I want to do music like this. So now when I started doing music, I was doing music exactly like them. But I was doing it my way.
In your style,
In my style.
Yeah.
And it caught on. A lot of people loved it.
Wow.
A lot of people loved it, and then the response was always the same. A king on the mic.
I wanted to get this key. Now I get the point. Yeah, it's very clear.
When your you're saying, Hore, like your Zanos, your Kalos, when someone is listening to your music, like you can get that vibe. Although like it doesn't sound the same.
Yeah,
But you
but
get
almost
the
similar to
feeling
that.
of,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But when I'm saying similar, I'm not saying the same, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
like you're saying, you know, when you get inspired by certain people, you've got a bit of sound that you say, "Mara, this," it's almost, when I listen to that, but I would also feel the same, you know, melody there and there.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has the
yeah.
same feeling, but it
Element,
has its
yeah.
own identity,
Yeah.
if you could
Yeah.
say.
But why that particular music or that genre? Because it's rare. Believe me, it's a rare genre. And now you're saying you put that melody and then you put that particular favorite person or favorite artist or favorite musician, and you're saying, well, although I love them so much, but I want what's mine. And then when people would listen to this and say,
Oh, this is you.
this is yes, this is king behind, because now it's a different person, but we are hearing something like almost similar to that. Why that?
Why that music? Nare hola ne hona le kwaito. Nare hola ne hona le house. Ne ba sa ibitsi soulful house, ne ba ibitsa vocal house. This is the time yabo Mikasa, this is the time yabo Liquid Deep.
Yes.
These are people who came before Volcanoes. That's when I was growing up. So the dance feel of things, it's always been with me because so I've always been about the dancing and everything else. So
Yeah.
now moving towards me making music, I've always been in music. Gang, I used to be in the team, the music team, right? I don't want to call it the worship team. I don't understand what people mean by the worship team. As you grow, and then you realize, oh, some things are wrong because
Why
are you
saying that?
calling this
Yeah.
is a worship team? What is that? Like, is the team that's there to lead the worship?
So were you part of
music?
the leading, you know, vocalist? Or
Yes, I was part of the team that does music at church. We
But
are
leading-
all
okay,
the
leaders.
worship. Like in life, ne? We are all worshippers.
Okay.
You must understand. You, whether you are a singer or you are not a singer, you are a worshipper. As long as you serve the Lord.
Okay.
Because He has called us to do what? To worship Him.
To worship Him.
So now, whether you are in the music department or you are in the what's the other department, ushering department, or you are in the preaching department, you are still a praise and worshiper. But you specifically do it in the music department. So you are the musician in the church.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, I get it.
Exactly. So now I was in the music department, so I was singing. Yes.
But from the family, because I know you've got your stepfather, and then your mother, right? You had them as your parents. And looking at your family as well, when you are in this journey of music, because maybe it might come from you, yes, but were you inspired somewhere within the family?
No, music I've always had it, but my
Oh,
mother.
you always had it?
Yes, I've always had it. My mother's a musician, and she. Oh, no,
Oh, yes, I wanted to
don't know
get
if I was to say she's a musician, but she sings, so she's a musician. She has the music thing with her. But me, I was born a musician. I think I was born and I
Can you
was
repeat
singing.
that? I love that.
I was born a musician.
Wonderful.
So I was.
But what, you know what I'm saying? It's not everyone who's so confident about, you know, what he or she has as, you know, something that is so deep.
No, man.
It takes God for some people to say that I am, you know, born a. You understand?
Yeah.
Because for some it's a skill, right? People
Yes.
go and learn for
I
it.
don't think so. You are born a musician.
Yeah.
With music, ne? This is how you know you are a musician. You must be able to tell her, I am not singing in the right key. Without me telling you,
Yeah.
you understand? If what we go doesn't matter on a voice or on a voice, when you are not a musician. That's something you can't teach. It's something you need to have to recognize a key. I get a ding, then you know, oh,
Yeah,
this is a
this
key.
one,
So
yeah.
it must, before I say it's a key, you must recognize, oh, it can know to it's a man. Then we know, oh, when you are a musician. No, if you are a singer, sometimes you don't have the voice, but you have the understanding.
Yes.
You are still a musician because that's where your directors come in, and music directors, your conductors come in.
Yeah.
They don't have the voice, They don't have. Sometimes they know how to play, but they don't have the skill. But they have the understanding. That's where you get DJs.
Yes.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
But how do you do your music? Let's get to your music, and then I'll just broaden up the question, because when I say how, maybe it would be difficult. In terms of writing, in terms of making lyrics, the melodies.
So one time I'm walking from school, right? I'm going home. As I'm walking, I've always had like these ideas. A song is an idea. You have an idea. I'll come up with this product.
Yeah.
It's an idea. So I'm there. I'm walking home. Most of the time, I need my alone time. Why? Because that's where I need to create. That's where I need to think. Because I'm a creative. Now I'm walking alone. As I'm walking alone, then I get these melodies. Within a space of an hour, on my way home, I wrote a song and arranged it in my head. Then I started singing it. It's a supernatural thing. Yes, I can't really tell you how did I learn how to compose a song. I can't tell you, because the only thing I can tell you is that I learned how to recognize, to label things. Because I had this other music director, Messindani. A very high pitched lady, but she gave us a lot of foundation in terms of how to stack melodies and stuff like that. Okay, no, this is how you stack and all of that. Yeah, but in terms of writing, I don't really know where I learned it. I didn't learn it. It came with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, it's God given like that.
I suppose so. Yeah, because even today I do the same thing. I don't
Do
really.
you remember your first song?
Yeah.
Can you sing it for us?
Really now?
Yes.
Was it?
While we're sticking to the writing partner,
Yeah.
I am very curious about your writing process. So, like, are you a person that writes to a beat, or do you just write and then later on find a beat?
With the writing, it's more of a poetry thing.
Yeah.
I've always been the guy that likes poetry, slam poetry, if you call it that.
Yeah.
Put words together and stuff like that. I didn't realize that I was making music when I was doing that, but it's usually inspired by something that's happening. It's how I express my emotions.
Okay.
I want, like, that time, the whole thing with the Holy Spirit and stuff. I remember the time it was like, you asked me to sing. I was just walking. And then I grew up would go to church and all of that. So the whole Sunday schools and everything, the teachings and everything, the relationship with God. Remember I told you when I was 8, I would walk by myself to church, then have a conversation. So this time, I was having a moment, then I wrote a song. And it went like, Baba way somandla siyagu dumisa. Mind you, at that time, Nixabwisizu. But I wrote a song in Zulu. Sipagami siga malako. I'm like, okay. Sigunigeza lodumo. Sihlala si babaza ngoba wena. Ui ngwele ngoba wena. So now, how it came about that, I was like, okay, this one time we were at school. Now, I remember now what inspired that song. We were at school, so there's this guy I used to walk with, Koskolo. He, at that time, he also has the gift. Now, he used to be a conductor, Koskolo. He would conduct the church choir. So, in conducting this church choir, he wrote a song for our school. I went to Bikaho. I still remember the part of it. It was what? Yeah, I still remember it. Yeah, he was writing it. I think I remember bits of it. I'm gonna butcher it. It went like, I thank you for what you do for me. I can now. So I heard this guy, I was like, damn, okay, that's cool. So immediately after that, I started taking what I was doing with the words, because I was poetry the whole time and singing melodies. I took that, I was like, okay, no, let me arrange it in a song form. That's when I came up with this song while walking alone home.
Wow, and that was a nice song.
Yeah, it was a beautiful song, and I bet he doesn't remember that song. He used to write. He's a very good songwriter as well, but he stopped Koskolong. He didn't write any further.
No, man. I feel like, you know what swagger is, no?
What?
Swag.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what it is?
I have no idea.
Let's just leave it there, because I'm just
Swagger.
I'm feeling that. Yeah, I'm feeling you've
What
got
you
swag
say?
in what you sing.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. What is swag?
I get to what I get
About swag. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm a man.
Hence I'm saying that swag in what you say.
You know,
You understand what I'm
people are
saying?
going to think you are old.
Yeah. I'm very old.
No one uses the word swag now.
anymore.
That's why I'm thinking. I've been denying
I'm not
it.
gonna say dope. I'm not gonna say dope.
No,
I don't
dope
like.
is actually not even.
Yeah.
No.
Dope is also dated.
And then when you are more than outdated, because swag. Swag is so 97, guys. Since I go high school, maybe what's the new word? You know. Okay, I'll use a big word. It give more life. But finesse.
No, but that one has it's for me. It's not big.
What finesse?
No, it's not for me. For me, it's not big.
So like he does. I get what you're saying is that like. the
Like
way
you're saying,
he's-
it's a modern word. It's not. Believe me when I'm saying
It's
that.
not. Yeah, true.
It's
Okay,
not-
there-
it's
It's actually a word.
Yes.
It's
It
been
exists.
there.
Yeah, it's been there.
But then when it comes
That's why I'm making it,
Yeah.
modern and everything. I believe what you say, but it's not. It's not.
But I prefer that word, finesse.
okay.
But you know, use your words, Mr. Swagger.
You know, Mr. Mogomotsi, why I'm saying this, I'm hearing the flow. Maybe you understand from my perspective why I'm saying that.
Okay.
I'm just hearing the flow, how you do it, and you pause and then you go back to your note. And then I was hearing something you said about the lady having high notes but able to control it and taught you how to. Then I'm picking that up. Hence I'm saying the swag in what you are singing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm coming from that background. I'm like, no, man. It's like now you are recording or something. You know, some people who are very serious who do that, and then like they're not smiling, but you would hear the smile. I don't know if you get my point, guys. You hear, like you see the facial expression is different, but when you listen, it's like, no, man, you cannot be angry and then you sing
like
something
that.
like that. you get my point, Mawara. Yeah. So that's the thing about this kind of music, but. Again, let's get back to your music again. What inspires you so much?
Life. I took what I went through. It built me emotionally. It crafted the person I am emotionally. I can stand it. I can stand a lot of things that I've been through when I was older. Excuse me, which were pretty rough. I was able to stand them. So, how do I cope with life? I write music. I see your situation, I see your story. I sit down with you. I like listening to people's sad stories and life stories and all of that. Sometimes it helps them. Okay, I get to help them in some form of ways. But it also inspires me to write a song. I don't write a song about your story. I write a song about your feelings.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm doing is articulating what I want you to feel like. So most people feel what I'm writing. They don't hear what I'm writing.
Oh, feel it, not hearing it. You see what I've been explaining now. This is coming to the answer now.
Okay.
You get me, Mr. Mogomotsi?
Yeah.
Now, how unique do you think you are in this genre that you are talking about of music?
My man, there's only one king on the mic.
Then how do you, I don't know, maybe in terms of rephrasing a question again, how do you put yourself there and then say, this one, even if tomorrow I'm not there?
Before I went there,
Yeah.
I consulted.
Oh, yes.
You understand?
Yes. I
You
get
need to
it.
consult. If you know, then you know. Hey man, am I gonna have to do this? If you know, if you have been told who you are, then there's no one else who can tell you what you are not. You can't tell me when you're not what you think you are. I don't even say to people I know who I am or I know what I am about, but they tell me, like, okay, once the Lord tells you who you are, people will tell you who you are. You won't tell them what the Lord told you are. And for me, I found out. I had a moment again. I asked, "Is this who I am? Is this what I should be doing?" He confirmed. The best way he knows, or I will know, or this is him. And he confirmed. So from that moment, there's nothing that can stop me or that can make me feel like I'm not. I can't do anything. I need to sleep. I wake up and then I write a song.
Wow.
And I go back to sleep.
And that makes you feel better.
I'm okay.
Wow.
From that moment, yeah, I'm good. Let's go. I don't want to hit Zalanga life.
This is profound.
Wow.
Wow. It's not easy for for people to so much believe in themselves and have that confidence. You've got people who've got low self-esteem, and then when they walk there, you feel like they are having that confidence in everybody. But when you walk closer to them, it's like a different story. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. The same way you walked in here, I was like, okay, you are so reserved, but hearing everything now, it comes with a different sound.
Most people wouldn't say that. Most people would say, how I feel, how I born, how I want arrogant. Most people who are not from the same source, they see that as pride.
Yeah.
I honestly don't have that. I don't. You need to let me correct a few things. Ne? I don't believe in myself. I believe in what the Lord says I am.
Here we go again. I love this phrase. Guys, capture this one. I love it.
It's not what I say I am.
Yes,
no,
it's
what
not
God
what you
says
say,
I
yes.
am. If you can hear what God says you are, you need to understand you were made. You did not make yourself.
See, Mr. Mogomotsi, I'm going back to that question. You see, now you're coming back to it again.
Okay.
Because you keep on saying God, and then, for the fact you are bringing it back again.
My foundation is the Lord.
Yes, I love it. Hence, I'm saying, you talked about, for me being here, if it wasn't of the Lord God, my Savior Christ, I would not be here. My mother, paved its way for me. And then I was like born with that. I knew how to speak to spirit and, pray and do so much. Hence, I'm asking, if you hadn't had that opportunity to have that belief, or to have that as, your Savior, what do you think you would be now?
What would I have become if I didn't have... Would I be alive, though?
Oh, talking of alive, that's deep.
Yeah, no, like, how would you live without... that's like saying, if a fish was not in water, what would it be? Well, take a fish out of water. What is it?
It's dead.
So, there's your answer there.
That's how you phrase it.
Yeah, if I didn't have God, by now I would have died. Sometimes for a long time, I didn't understand why people are so consumed by depression.
Okay.
Until now. Now I understand because I've been exposed to why. I've got my answer now. Why are people so consumed by depression? I went through some pretty hectic stuff. I remember a time I would go to a friend of mine's house, and the couch was like this. Good thing she would have me. She knew I would come regularly. Good thing. I would come and sit. I want to get there. Within 5 minutes, I'm gone, Kabaroko, in somebody else's house. I didn't come to speak about it. Now I'm by the TV, just to show you, I was not okay.
Yeah.
I was not okay.
5 minutes you sleep.
5 minutes and then I'm gone. Like recently, she told me, Rowena, I used to see her 1 hour. Because he would come and then he would just sleep at somebody else's house.
And you feel at peace by then.
I would be at peace for that moment. Then I would go back to my war.
And what happens when you go back home?
Yeah, it's war, bruh. Like, you're going through it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
Goes back again.
You know what I mean? And I wasn't a troublesome child. I wasn't that one. I've never smoked my whole entire life. I live consumed by substances, or I live consumed by friends, or anything like. I wasn't that. I was actually quite a well-behaved person. Just that I was a well-behaved person in a household in a troubled.
Oh yeah. So you are part of it. You wouldn't even say
I
no
have
to
no
it.
choice. You have to go through it.
As we continue with life and stories, Mr. Mogomotsi, this is just so touching now. Let's just go back to your music again.
Okay.
Let's go back to it because I love the fact that.
But since the strawberry guy.
When we started, he took a class and they're like, no, but let's just test what's happening here. What's inside? So, Mogomotsi, why not other genres? Would you try others? Because
I would. Actually.
Which one would you try?
When I started off, I was.
Don't tell me about gospel, because I know you are gospel yourself.
No. When I started off, I wouldn't. When I started off, I was doing neo soul. That was my intention.
No.
If you go deeper into my music, go Modi SoundCloud, you'll see there's songs there. I think I released a project there. Yeah, it's got the sound that I initially started with. It's on SoundCloud. Somewhere in 2013 or something. That's where I started off. But then going forward, I saw it. I saw the industry, and I was like, we're moving towards a more of this direction. And there's not a lot of South African musicians who are doing this. So I want to be part of that. So that's where I moved to. I moved to this whole thing, soulful. Dance music, so it's either soulful piano, soulful house music. That's why I moved to. Why? Because it didn't have a lot of people in it, and it wasn't given the respect that it needed. So I mostly focused on that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's get back to the industry itself. It's not I don't know, maybe you'll have a different perspective on that when it comes to the industry itself. Because when I've just grown to be that, guy who loves music, who wants to grow in the house of the Lord and making sure that you push this. How do you survive? I don't know if it's a right way to say survive, but you find most of people who start this at a very young age, when they get to a point of, I don't know whether to call it an evolution period, where they say, no, at this point I'm just not going back. I cannot, because somebody did this and that. How do you cope in the industry? How do you get along with all these tricks within that particular industry?
Life is about responsibility, generally. Industries are all the same. Work at the music industry, everything else, more people in it. Everyone talks about it. People are looking at you. There's cameras everywhere. There's social media. So whatever happens in the music industry, you guys know about it. So generally, you talk more about it. But let's talk about what's happening in the government. Do we know about the scandals that are in the government? Do you know how many people are robbed? Do you know how many people are mispaid, are underpaid? Let's talk about in the medical department. Do you know how many scandals are there? Do you know how many people are going through whatever? Do you know who's dating who and who's not dating who? It happens in every genre, in every industry of life. The only difference is that with the music industry, it's in public spaces. So people tend to leave their own and talk more about the music industry, as if ahona mamang ojolang le boss, ahona mamang who gets special preferences, ahona mamang oil celebrity yako miracle, ahona mamang who does this, who about all these scandals. How do I cope? Who said you were a musician to begin with? I already answered that. It's gonna be it's gonna be like I'm always referring to.
No, you do that.
The maker,
yes.
But you never told me I'm a musician. And like I said, like I've been living with God this whole entire time. Some things, you know that I have been. Like those who know me, they know me as that guy is a big deal. I've had songs which are like the biggest song in the country. Till today, people still say, hey, that song. Hey, this song. Hey, this guy has cataloging with very hectic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason why I never got the limelight is because I don't subject to the same, or rather I don't submit to this. I don't know what to say. Like my foundation is not the same as everyone. So Bona, they go for the fame and the inappropriate stuff. It's mainly the fame thing. I'm not about the fame, man. I'm about doing what I do I'm about being free enough to do it. And I've been wise enough not to entangle myself with the wrong crowds. And then cases where I was almost in the wrong crowd, Spirit comes in and, hey, you are failure.
You must move out.
Yeah, you are failure somehow, and you don't get to elevate. Why? Because we're now above offer. Why? Because we're now some people have it and I'm around you, but not irritated. Or, man, who's this guy? What's with this guy? What's the story about this guy? Sometimes they don't even. But yeah, he's. Well, what happened? You were doing very well. How is it that you're not at the top?
Well, yeah.
I mean, you still do very well, but you're not the most spoken about guy. The other thing, the humility thing. Once you are humble, you don't.
And I believe you are.
Yeah, no, humility. Yeah, humility will take you out of so many things.
Maybe one of the things. Sorry about that. Maybe one of the things, don't you think somehow or about choice of what you have, what you can do, what you do?
I don't know. I wouldn't speak for them, but I think probably, yeah.
You know why I'm asking this is because I get you are saying I'm doing it differently. I know we are singers. I know we are musicians. Whatever you call them, we are artists, we are creatives, and so on. So in that space, please do not categorize me with this type of group where you say they are musicians and then they are playing this wrong way. They are doing this mischiefs within that particular industry. You put yourself there, but not particularly saying isolating yourself. But you are saying no. I'm being there because I want to be there, and then you remain there. But at the same time, you do the same what they're doing, but not the same. What am I saying? You are doing the same genre because it's music.
Okay.
But when you look at the lifestyle, look at the
I don't live the same lifestyle.
You don't. You understand? Like you explained about the foundation and everything. So hence I'm asking, don't you think that, it puts fear in a sense? You are still singing, but you are not there. We've got about. I'm just gonna give you an example of followers. We've got 1 million followers, and then you are in 300, but you're still doing good. When I listen to my music, comparing to your music, you are at another level, but you are not even there. Going there and then
so you need to ask yourself, who found that fame?
Oh yes.
I mean, you understand that fame is a founded thing. It's not something that's natural. So who founded fame and what was the intention? So people are thriving in fame because they are thriving in something that was founded. So they are subjecting to the standards of fame. You want to be famous? Walk around naked. I can ask you now. Think of a person who's famous. All right. Who's not famous? No, just think of a person who's naked that you know. You already have a name in your head.
I know, yes.
Exactly. Why is that person famous?
Because of that nakedness.
Exactly. So walk around naked, you'll get your fame.
But you know who we're talking about, right? When we talk of nakedness.
Someone
She's it's a she.
Are we talking about a specific person or just a person?
Any individual.
Think of any individual.
Okay.
The first thing, that person is very famous.
Because I was lost there
that
for
person
a moment.
is very, very famous.
Yeah.
Why are they famous? Because they're naked. Question. Why would you follow someone for being naked when you are also naked? When you also have your nakedness, why are you following? Okay. So what are we following exactly? So
I love those words. I truly get
so
what
fame is it has its standards. If you want to be famous, so what's our rapport? You know how many people we know about Charampo?
A lot.
They're what? They're famous, those guys. You want fame? Subject to the standards. Live a very mischievous life. You'll be famous. Do you want me to be famous? Alright. If I want to be famous, I'm going to date someone who's very famous. I will do things that are unorthodox, things that are very...
Not normal. Yes. Those kind of
I'll
things.
start hanging out with these guys, do what they do. Then you'll say, this guy will see you. No, we know him.
Now this makes me come to this question, Mawara. Do you sometimes feel obliged to have stages? To share stages with, big names if they're such for you?
No man is wait, what?
If they're such as big names, do you have that obligation to say, I need to?
or need to be with them. No man is an island.
Yeah.
No man, we are supposed to interact with each other.
Yes.
Christ never stayed Kokerekeng. Actually, Christ was hardly Kokerekeng. So I'm going to share the stage with whoever, but I know her a bit of war there.
Okay. Explain that.
There's always it's always like that. You don't come from the same sources, there will be a clash. You want me to go to the Bible now? You want me to preach?
I'm just listening to what you are saying, because now that explains the question that I'm asking.
They took the Ark of God to a church, right? This church was a Roman church or something like that. They were following, what do they call them? Myth gods or something like that. They were following that. They were followers of a Baal, that they called it. Then they erected a statue for Baal. That statue of Baal, they put it in a church. So there was a temporary situation where the ark was stolen. So they took that ark and put it in the church, right? So the church that they put it in, it was the church of Baal, right? They put the ark next to Baal. Next to Baal. When they woke up the next day, Baal's face was on the floor. They didn't understand who could have had the ability to push a big ass golden statue and push it till it falls. So they did whatever they could, but he said the crane is one of my enemies. But no, it must have been a mistake. Maybe not say about sharp for class forward. We will have next time. Woke up the next day, no guys, una le motho mo busy fa. O busy a ke le ntse motho ke batla mo handlela. Abo?
Yes.
Sharp. They raise it, it went to its normal stage sharp. Then batho ga ba okay no sharp. A re be gape in the sharp. By balance. Now he by balance batho ga ka usana ba fitlela statue sa Bale. Se wele now this time I say wa fela se thubegile mo hare. Oh, then ba tsaya no ba berekisa ditlhogo tsa bona re 1 + 1 ne dading ya lona ke mathata e daddy re utlwe ho to mo nare wa itshegetsa ba tlhokofala tle ke dading ya lona e bila ena leng bo you must take back your thing,
move it out.
you understand? Cannot put the presents next to.
I get your point. Mama, I don't know, did you get the logic behind?
I got it.
Hence I'm listening, not asking questions, because I was listening to the story where you go with the story. I love it. It's just so nice.
Don't do that.
I love it, man. But I think it has been very, 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 very wonderful. And in terms of narrating the story, for some second I did not believe, but as you move along, up until to the end, I'm about to ask this question. Why do you prefer so much to put God first before anyone else?
My foundation, what's your problem? My foundation, how are you going to walk without putting your legs on the floor? How are you going to walk without putting your legs on it? That's the foundation. You get the part, your foundation. Like, you cannot. I'm founded. I'm sorry if I'm.
No, it's fine. That's something I'm listening to. Maybe you don't get it. Fine, go on.
I'm founded by this thing here. That's where my strength is. If you want to come to me, you want to destroy me, go there. I go around
Yeah.
You can come for me or do whatever you want to do. I won't fall.
Okay.
Why? Because of the foundation. Go to the foundation. Fight the foundation. Let's see if you can actually,
Okay, I'm going to the question why I'm asking this. Maybe you guys don't get it. You know, Mr. Mogomotsi, you said, maybe I'll bore you when I say.
No, you can.
No, I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. When you said it, I'll keep on saying, that's what you said. I'll keep on saying, God.
I'll keep on referring.
I'll keep on referring to that. Hence, I'm going back again because for the last 30 minutes we've been doing that. You understand? And I don't see any fault in that.
Okay.
Hence, I was asking that. It feels like a very stupid question, right?
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
No, I'm
feel
just
like
saying, just in passing.
Okay. Yeah.
To say, why you cannot say that because we talked about the foundation.
Yeah.
I'm reiterating this question again because I'm like.
You're trying to understand.
You understand?
You really?
Yeah, really. You
Is
do
that is that your actual?
Yeah, because when you answered now, you made me sure that no, really, that's about it.
Yeah, that's me, but I won't tell you where it's because of my own skills or my own thoughts. I'm not that smart. Well, I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. I am not that talented. There's others. Hey, they good, yo. I'm not that good looking, but I am good looking. I mean, I'm very good looking. That one, let's take it back. I'm not the most perfect individual. I'm not better than you. But mine is not that big.
I knew it.
So there's nothing better about me. There's nothing better about me than the person next to me. So for me, that's the thing. That's the foundation to me. It's nothing special. It's just that I'm chosen. Mogomotsi
Chosen.
Yes.
When you started saying chosen, I left it just there. I wanted to finish with it. That's chosen.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it's not easy for people to understand. For chosen, I mean, stage name or why that chosen.
There's a guy called Saul in the Bible, right?
Okay, yeah.
Saul decides to. He didn't decide. He was given a task to go eliminate anyone who follows Christ. This dude, Alan Twimp, he did the worst thing they could ever imagine. Why eliminate? Boy, you are in the way, he eliminates you. He was the worst. Until one day, he's tasked to go eliminate. They got news of, no, Majidala be local pana somewhere, apparently the whole ANC vibe thing. So he's there, Wavaya. He's on his way, he's going to eliminate. Then he comes in contact with the Spirit. That's what I'm telling you. You want to fight me? The foundation. Go to the foundation. Let's see what happens there. You want to take me down?
That I'm saying. I love this. This is why I wanted confirmation for this. And then for those who are watching there are people who are so confident about themselves, but they never speak, freely about it, and they never repeat it. They contradict themselves. Believe me. You start by saying this, and then when you are in the battle, you change it a bit, and then I guess I reticent to look about it. I can't go to that one. Let's just rerun it through again. No, I was not saying that. I was saying this. Hence, I was getting that confirmation. I believe me. I loved the story. Hence, I wanted to go back to make it. Like you are repeating that question again. But I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Your story is so inspiring. But some of the things that you talked about. When you talk of bombastic, I don't know if it would be bombastic for me, but it's something like that. When you say, I've gone through some stuff, but every time when I ask you about the stuff, because stuff it's just a very big word for me, hence I'm saying it's bombastic. And then you say stuff, and then when I asked you, talked about abuse, and then I was like, okay. But today here you are a man. So now, what has that taught you from there to being this man?
What, the abuse?
Yes. You are taking that and then we are finishing it.
Listen, there's nothing abuse can teach you.
Oh, yes.
Abuse is not teaching, it's damaging you. You must understand, there's no relevance of abuse in anyone's life. Abuse is there to cause an imbalance in the person you are. It's not teaching you to be a strong person. No, I became strong because of the abuse. No. Oh. You have insecurities because you were abused. You are behaving in a certain way because you were abused. So abuse does not make you stronger or make you a bigger person. No, it doesn't. It just causes you to function at a lesser frequency in your life.
See, this is what I wanted to get. I know this is from the music part, but we are finishing this off. Mawara, did you get this perspective? It's a different one. People, and then it's true what you are saying. People are saying, I've been stronger from that beating. I'm just rephrasing everything in this sense, right? People are saying, this thing today, because you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get people about it today, know that because like you've been in that house where people are fighting everything, and you think the solution thereof, it's fight when you get things done. Fight. You understand? So thank you very much. It really means a lot for you to just put it out. You see, you told me something when you talked about your father. You said, "No, I've got nothing to."
There's really nothing to talk about with him because we didn't have a relationship. Guy didn't want a relationship or anything. Even today, can't say or I can reference anything from him.
Hence, I'm saying I took something from what you said. I've got nothing to say about that, but it's just like what you said. My father, and then you said my father, somebody who took responsibility of everything that happened in life. Mr. Mogomotsi, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much for honoring this invitation. I know it's not easy. Just to close it off, Mr. Mawanawaro.
Oh yeah, I would like to take it back to the music, ne?
Okay.
I know we've already taken up so much time. So like, my question is like for somebody that hasn't like have come across your music, what song would you recommend for them to be that first step, that introduction to Mogomotsi Chosen?
Excuse me. There's a lot of songs, too. That's the most difficult question to ever ask me.
Right.
I rather give you a playlist.
A playlist, ne?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
There's a song called Abantu Betu.
Abantu Betu.
There's a song called Black Man. There's a song called Kokasi. There's a song called Mapaseka. There's a song called there's a lot of songs. There's a song called Young Girl. Hey man, there's a lot of songs. There's a song called Let It Be. Babonse Basautel. Babonse. If you know it. Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you. I'm saying, you see, this is going back there.
You know what I mean? There's that song.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of songs, man. There's a lot of songs. There's Africa Voga, these are songs that there's a lot of songs, man. You'll see there's a lot of songs. Just type Mogomotsi Chosen, and then press play. Skatsoga. I know it gets a bit overwhelming. You're like, what? No, you know what happens? I work on mining, right? Let me tell you, because when I go mining, I've got people who are fans, right? Like, it's a bit difficult to not want to be famous. It's something I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous, but I am. I don't want to be famous, cause now, I'm trying to conduct work.
Yeah.
I'm chilling, like saying, guy comes through, he's like, hey, hurt man. Santos can't be that. What's the problem? I only got 3 decades. What's your story? How of it? People are making us seem like we're too old. Wait, 3 decades in here. Jiggy, hurt man. Angele. Of it. Alexa, no, hurt man. Fede. Didn't have bench. Well, I know. Hurt man. Think about robots or something. Boy, on a bench. You get go office in father, Tabuela Coyon, and then to a festival road, my boy and father. You get Tabuela Coyon, I'll go parrot my what to eat. Okay, votes. I think when I'm Chosen. I said that one.
It's just following you, don't want it, but it's following you.
My man.
I mean, like, it's bound to happen because of like when somebody searches Mogomotsi Chosen and then you see the caliber of the features and the projects that you've been a part of.
Do you know how hard it is to do work, to be normal, to live normally? Because the misconcept that a lot of people have.
You can live normally yourself.
I'm living normally. Okay, I'm trying.
That's
but
what you're thinking.
The problem is that if you don't live normally, if you live famous, You can't be a normal person. You can't experience normal emotions. You can't experience normal issues.
Yeah.
You can't go Kolesong. You can't go Orega Borot. That time on that you know how many celebrities are sleeping without food?
Yeah,
Just because they are famous. Like moto akono ya shopong ilo, akono ya ilo batla extra means of income because why you famous? Ngwana ba thaka tsena go interview ntle be go tikwa go money. O tle go interview ya di nurse tse dintsi. Like as if being a nurse is something wrong. No, ke money. Like look at what's happening with Itumeleng Kuna right now. A lot of people are looking at him, but Monale next to the mine, the mine is the misconcept. It's pretty askies, but it's dumb to think that the person is employed. That man has been making millions. Don't you think he bought equipment?
To do that, open your own company. I mean,
I think he's constructed. Now I looked at the equipment, I'm like, oh wait, that's not working. That's
not the employee.
That's ownership.
The employer.
He's probably the employee. He's advertising his business, No, people are not even seeing that. They think no, it's good. Maybe he's an engineer. Good thing. Are you crazy?
There is that type when you talk of people like that, when they think they are just misusing money, and then when they retire, they don't have money.
I think the misconception.
That's the thinking. Misconception.
I think the misconception also comes from like the previous generation of soccer players. You see, like there are like numerous previous soccer players that we've seen trending on Twitter because some had jobs, could be petrol stationing and things like that.
Wait, Kimang, what's petrol station?
Kanakunje, what's his name? Snap! I forgot his name. I forgot it. It slipped my mind.
No, for my like,
I think he played for Kaizer Chiefs. I think he also
why
played
is it?
For
It's
Bafana
always the
Bafana.
Kaizer Chiefs people. What you trying to say? Guys? It's always us, the Kaizer Chiefs.
What's your team?
Why? I mean.
Your team.
Why what
No, I'm getting something when you are talking about
getting?
No, I'm getting
you and the
feeling that you are a pirate fan.
You are full of me. My little brother is a pirate fan. Yeah? Dedicated pirate. No. I'm
Are you
never.
like this character?
Listen to me. Carefully, you must understand. I rather leave soccer.
Okay.
I rather leave watching anything else on TV than to leave that team. That team is my team. You understand?
Which one?
Doesn't matter. I
knew it.
One thing I'll tell you is not Morocco Swallows.
No, I know the team.
That's one thing we must understand.
Yeah.
And I'm staying there. I'm loyal. You must understand. We are a big team. We are the biggest team in South Africa.
Oh, when you were talking about big when I walked in here, it was that big.
Yeah, we are big. We are very big. We are a very big team. There's no team that comes close to us. Even the ones who are thinking they are special, they are currently going.
Who are those who are thinking are special? You guys are thinking ridiculous. Come on.
People think they are special out there.
It's one of those things. If you know, you know.
You know. We are a big team. There's no bigger team than that team in South Africa. Just because we are quiet, we are taking the beating. It doesn't mean we are living in.
You know how you can tell it's a MJ. You know how you can tell it's a big team, you know after they catch a whipping, and then you see there's a flood because of the tears that the fans will be crying. There's a flood all of a sudden.
You want to see things happen. Here's what we are doing.
What was the 2 cups? What nice, very nice cups. We saw them on social media, so it's that nice. I'm not asking about football. I'm just taking these things from social media.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's it.
That's what you call it.
Mr. Mogomotsi, no, I'm picking these things so I understand. So I'm looking at these 2 cups and I'm saying, hence I'm just thinking, the feeling when you're talking to Wara and I'm like, there's tension here. And then
about what? What's wrong with Wara?
No, Wara is something else. As I'm saying that.
What's he? What's the name?
No, you can just look at him and say.
There's everything there. Is it the black and white shoes? Is that what you are saying? Wara, you are giving up your life. You know what reason he's giving up my life.
You know that meme that was going around, like I will never say it, like I won the lotto, but then there'll be signs. So
Well,
I'll
you won
never
the
tell
lotto.
you my team, but there'll be signs.
Stay loyal. Wara. Don't change your team. Stay loyal. Kawa.
Ndzi ke magala wa isa letso ko mabulomong a khala e mana. No, man. No.
Next.
It's comfortable there. Like,
Never.
like
This is a very comfortable
Position.
position. I'm a golden person, man. You must look at that. It makes sense. We are still kings, even though sometimes we're not exactly doing well. But you know, we're doing well. Recently, we're doing well.
You still are cooking.
We are cooking. You know, we take a while to cook. For
Yeah,
my
you
12 years now.
Yes.
Sample is not an easy thing to cook. You know, it takes time.
Ibile.
I love how you come up with this.
It's my team. That one. It's a big team. Luna, you are busy playing.
I told you about this, and then you see, Mogomotsi, I told you, please, when I want to kill me, and then I want you to do it now. So.
Come on, it's a big team. That's my team. We're staying there. We don't care about the paparazzi. Fine.
You don't care about what
It's fine. You can talk. You can talk all you want.
Yeah.
But when we talk, don't cry.
After 12 years.
When we are, it took the kind of nights. How many years for Papi talk?
Yeah,
What's your problem?
You see, biblical.
Yeah, I know. We're getting to Canada one way or another. And when we get there, we are there.
but if it's worth it, it'll take time.
It's worth it. This one is worth it. It's worth it. That's why everything that's beautiful is there. Everything that's good is there. You can't find pictures of a tower making sense. Munta itoile gaga marapo fa. And you guys are there celebrating.
You guys are fighting.
Kamarabunyana fa.
But Mawara, let's just get to our table now. Our PSL table. What's that Betway Premiership?
No, leave it alone.
No, where do you see? I'm just asking.
No, leave it. It's an innocent question. We're at the top. Current, as we speak.
Okay.
It's okay. We're at the top.
No, I will leave it at that.
No, we leave it there. Let them also sorted.
We're at the top. That's why I'm not saying anything. We're at the top. We're waiting to win the first one. And we're like, okay, good shot. We're coming now. We're coming. Because we have a history. We have a history of being okay. And the Toma. And the area. I don't know what happens. But I get first time and like we need consistency. Consistency is a problem. But now, we're going. Here we're fighting. We're fighting.
Yeah, Mara, we see the effort.
No,
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Luna?
But it's part of the game as well. Because, like, hey, Lorna, we are laughing now. But then you remember we had the biggest downs.
Oh, you remember something there?
Yeah, we went through the 6
pain.
knots of
That's
the world and
it's time for the
everything.
others to feel the pain.
Bakale bafeta modilo mbaba di bone
Hey,
dilo.
suffer.
Yo, imagine how untu koname fale ba ofapa. 1, 2, 3. Like you know the third one guy won and the fourth. Untu the fourth I but baba feditse karona ba 5. Uno was I know. But I don't know the news about I so bad. 6.
Was that your white meat or no either jail?
Mawara, you must come and finish this side.
This guy.
You understand? I can't focus.
Oh, they've been abused. These guys. No, these are the real victims of abuse. You know? They've seen a whole lot of things.
We are the
Imagine
Bogotas of the soccer world.
These people. Marapo fela Google at this spice. You know, 6 Ghanaians pana liver.
The reason why really marapo, but go on, man.
But I'm
we
telling you, but there's these players sitting down, like when I watch soccer, I can't wait to watch them play because of these players.
Yeah,
I can't wait to watch them play because of one of my fun.
Small boys.
But I live a fun about 5. Little one mutuna mobile. But I'm not saying our team doesn't have. We have. Now we've got quality. Problem go jealousy pie.
Also,
question where's the jealousy coming from?
I don't know. But to walk up and Alibafana go to Garababa, like Baba Kappa Street.
Oh, the referee and a part of it.
No, referee Gamona. Baraka Badi team is in Kapamfana. bona mfana o tlo re phedisa bokete o kapa mfana o ka mo kapa fela o nna sharp a bona a mare ba bana le dibulete ba yo
Mawara,
he bo mawara ba bana le dibulete yo.
I want to come down, Pastor A, just to come down because I told you about Chosen Bore. You see the character here, it's not the one. You see this one, I think it's a third character now. There was the one when you walked in and then I was looking at it like, okay, fine, let's just leave it. Then for the past 45 minutes, you look at it and then, okay, fine. This last one again, and then there's humbleness and everything. I'm humble and everything. No, now you need to watch. There's something else. So maybe there will be something different again.
I can never be more pulpity. I don't want to say things there, but okay. I would never be more pulpity. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not that guy.
Ahmed, let's look at those who are very young. You've been in the industry for long, and you saw how bad it would be, how better it would be, how what the worst it would be, how gentle it would be, how cruel it would be. You are looking at all these things, and then you watch, and then you look at those kids and Rustenberg. Let's just put that in example because you grew there. You look at them, and then we are given 2 minutes just to give them a word about this industry.
It's, if you want the fame, go walk around naked. You get it very quickly. I say it again. If you want sustainability, fix your foundation. Fame, even though fame, maybe you can get it, but it doesn't last. Fame is a temporary thing. It comes and it goes. It develops. Once it's
Exactly.
So you move forward. So you get your foundation right. If it happens that you have a hit, make sure you don't just focus on that. There's the money aspect of things. Get your money right. Getting your money right means know the business. Do your research, get to know the business, find a way of making yourself look professional. Not look, but be professional. Maiteo goes a long way. Maiteo start go high. I will to the president. The president will talk to you because
Yeah.
The kids don't value. I don't know if it's the kids of today, but maybe really the kids of then really like that. But what I see a lot with the kids, but today they don't have the foundation right. Ya maitseo. Abana maitseo. Bua le bone ba bua le wena in a way ba expect that they can just bapatloge and be disrespectful. That thing, it stays with you and it becomes, they're hot-headed. I don't know. They're hot-headed and they don't value respect. Respect goes a very long way.
Yeah.
It doesn't just end with the person you're talking to.
True,
It goes
true.
beyond that. So if you want sustainability, fix that. Get your foundation right. It helps to be on the side of the Lord. I'm not going to tell anyone Apollos and have a relationship with God. I'm not going to tell you that. But I'll tell you this, I'm living proof of it. My life, where I'm going, where I am surviving, even through the challenges that I faced, I survived. Challenges will not miss you because we're now perfect, or when now you are called by God, or when they will definitely come to you. Whether you are good or bad, they will come to you. Those things are there. They are there to bring out the best of you. They are there to elevate you, because you know what the Bible says, when the enemy comes like a flood, the enemy will come. Let's get that clear. Whether you are on the right side or the left side, the enemy is going to come for you. But when he comes, the Lord will raise the standards. So what is the standards? Don't ever pray for this thing. Move the mountain. We want the mountain to move. That is a lie. I was telling somebody the other day that there's nowhere where the Bible says God will move the mountain for you. He will not. He will raise the standard. He will give you the strength to overcome the mountain. That's my foundation. You want to live forward, you want to survive in this walk, you need to have God, because you will fall. But then you need to have someone that says you can get up. Get up. and strengthen you and so on. So the kids get your foundation right. In the music industry, fame is fine. It can get you a lot of money in a short space of time, but don't chase fame. Rather chase the knowledge. You are the musician before the fame. Fame has nothing to do with your music. Fame has everything to do with what people are saying, Kawe. So if people are saying the wrong things, Kawe, trust me, they will be your end. Because the wrong things have a tendency to last forever.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Even if you decide to change your life. But if you were once a porn star, you are still Mamruti or the porn star. So bad things stick with you forever. Good things, they stick with you forever also, but they will not be seen. Because they are good for you, but they will give you peace. People are dying, they're killing themselves, Hananu, because the bad things they did then are following them, and now they have nowhere to go because they believe that this thing, it's the end of me.
Man, profound. I'm not trying to sleep. I'm trying to also listen carefully for what you're saying
So when
to young people.
When you're trying to sleep, with them.
No, not literally sleeping like you're thinking.
Okay.
I told you about this. No, I can't sleep. I'm attentively listening to what you're saying, and it's so profound. Hence, I'm saying that you're speaking to them as in like they are here, and then like the feeling is just next to you. You can just feel it like you are talking to people you love. And no problem. So Mawara, I'm so delighted. And for the fact that we didn't say to or team, but I love the fact that we are today. And then why the defense so much. So defense. So
big team that one.
So for you, last word. What does quality mean for you? Whether be it music, be it
quality.
Quality for you, yes.
Let me just get this. I'm gonna tell you something. You need to understand. Pineapple in quality.
Yes, I get.
Organic. Correct. Organic in the sense of originality. That's quality for me. If you are original, if you are true, if you are honest, then you are quality. That's me. Honesty and originality and authenticity. That's quality for me, because it's not easy to acquire. Most people are not very original. They don't have quality, those people. Most people anyway. Okay. So quality means authenticity to me.
Wonderful. Let's look at the legacy. Everyone wants to see that, right? You want to see that yourself. What do you want to leave as a legacy tomorrow?
A legacy?
Yes, legacy, yes.
Ooh, give me an example. What's a legacy?
I want to understand in your sense what legacy for you would be.
Oh, that's what you're asking.
Yes.
What legacy is?
For you, not just to explain the word.
My legacy is my music.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so go through my music, then you will know what I'm about, who I am, and what I am all about. I can't seem to do anything that is out of what? Something else, like out of the grace. I don't know how to do things really out of order. I try and maintain that. Yeah, no, I try to remain as honest and true as I can to my music. Yeah.
Yeah, Mawara, I'm thinking we have had so much, not enough, because I would like to get the next. Pastor Yuli will help me with this one. I need to get to the part where we talked of staffs. We'll come to that next time, because there are a lot of staffs.
Staff. What do we like, guys? Like, how do you do this?
No. You've asked Miss K about that. No, don't.
Like, according to her, this made sense, right? Pinky father and yellow. And I mean, we are men, for crying out loud. strawberry gum.
Mr. Mogomotsi, where do people get you? Because it's very important. I know you are all over, and then for those who are just watching Life and Stories Network for the first time, just to get info about yourself in terms of getting to know you maybe better through this podcast, maybe or maybe through you personally, if you do have that kind of personal chats and everything.
I don't have personal chats. You call me
Okay.
You call me or you want to text me. Make sure you prepared something. Agahani, you music worker, you personality tag. But very sure, boy, Fiji number one.
That's it. You said this 3 times. You
Like you wanna text me? I talk about personal stuff. I get under the directory I'll follow. I prefer not to talk about those type of stuff. But we'll see. But you wanna get in touch with me? Mogomotsi Chosen. Mogomotsi has no you. Can you spell Mogomotsi ka you? Because we're home
Mota, yes.
Again,
Yes.
home.
Or do you think maybe it's another language? How muti?
How home.
Yeah.
Imagine a ukhumuta. Mogomotsi.
Ke se fokene?
No, it's too
Ke
hard.
Setswana.
I get what khomotsi. Do you know what khomotsi is?
Yes, I get it. I mean, even like yes.
Like khona le khomotso, khona khomotsi. Again. Why people putting at you khomotsi?
Kaleba people. No, but no, I don't know about that because last time we were explaining this, names and how people say things in different languages. Not actually different languages, but in Setswana, because Setswana is very broad. Hence, I'm asking that mutso hore tle bele side if when you go to Bolo Khatlhaganyane is
No, there's no such. Khomotsa is the same everywhere.
No, we know for a fact that Motswana or Motsa.
Mokhomotsa, Mokhomotsi. I mean, guys, come on. Okay, sharp. Because it's so tung, it's there. But so you spell it according to the Botswana people. Mogomotsi. Chosen is with one O. I get who said to chosen in a double O?
Double O.
Chosen. How? What happened?
True. Yeah, it's chosen for them. It's not chosen.
Hey, but feta wins quite a sharp. Again, I silly limela.
Let's try.
No, let's fix it. This thing get chosen. If you love and I don't change my accent. I said chosen. I got it chosen. I get the chosen king. It's chosen. Lina Lemonade, let's say it right.
Can you say it in that pronunciation because it's nice? Maybe for them to call you that.
Mogomotsi chosen. You know some people call it Mogomotsi. Mogomotsi. I get G for some languages.
It's gonna be yes.
It's a girl. So Mogomotsi. So it's Mogomotsi chosen. When you think of my name, you must think French because the French are the ones who pronounce the G's. It's Mogomotsi. Right? It sounds romantic. I don't even understand.
Sound romantic.
I'm telling you. Imagine saying to someone, "Hi, ma'am. How are you? Good, thanks. What's your name? No, kin tabeling. Wait, what? Tabeling. Why tabeling? I don't know. Okay, what's your name? Mogomotsi. I mean, come on.
I'm Mogomotsi. I'm a dad.
Is the one.
I want to go for now.
Please do.
Just for now.
Go ahead.
Yes. Guys, we want to close this, ne? But when we close this, I've been listening to the songs since in the little file. And then I want to get to Mapasik. So I want to get the lyrics from Mapasik. Then we close it off. Please, if it's not Mapasik, let it be Black Man. I think there's I wanted to get white black water. So I loved that Black Man and Mapasik. There was one young girl. So I became no, that's fine. I want Mapasik.
Mapasik.
Yeah. So I just want to close it off, and then you close it off with So for Life and Stories Network, please keep on subscribing to YouTube, go to Facebook page and make sure that you guys engage, get more comments, and then please like and then share. Make sure you engage more for this guest and everything. We are so thankful for everyone who's doing the works. Please make sure that you share. You go to TikTok, you'll find us there, all social media platforms, and we also have got our WhatsApp. So please make sure you subscribe, and thank you very much. From me, Mulonto John Pelon MJP. Voila. Yeah.
And then from me, Mawara, in the words, rephrasing of course of Mogomotsi. Sometimes Mudimu Hasawa, everything will fall apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's nice. I want you to close it off. Yourself, it's fine. I think you're so really chosen and everything.
So it's social. Your Facebook, Mogomotsi Chosen, same thing. Instagram, same thing. Mogomotsi_chosen. X, Mogomotsi Chosen. Channel had the trends, Mogomotsi Chosen. Then WhatsApp, you can text me. I think I left my number on all the platforms, so you'll see the number. You can text me, but can't text about personal stuff. Text me a business. Text me, I want to book you somewhere.
Yeah, taking up your music also. Where did they get the music?
The music is everywhere on every platform. Recently, I just released an EP, Blessings, that's what it's called. It's a 2-track EP. The main intention for that was to kind of prepare people for the other projects that I am about to release, called Winter Days, right? It should be released. It was supposed to be released in December. I'm praying that I've managed to finish it by December time. With regards to finishing it, so I'm going to finish it around December. I'll be releasing it, or early January. Yeah, so it's called Winter Days. It's a beautiful album. Yeah, that's what's coming up. I haven't been doing much gigs this year, and most of last year. Reason being, I kind of took some time off gigging. I wanted to focus on other things, and acquire other qualifications. You can't be focused on one thing all the time. So I got myself some other qualifications, and another experience with this life thing. But yeah, I won't really say there's somewhere you can find me, more the gigs that are lined up, but I am doing a lot of music. I'm making a lot of music right now. So there's going to be a lot of releases from next year. There's been a lot of releases this year, but I'm also releasing a lot more next year. Yeah.
And yet you're humble. It's like you're not releasing anything.
I mean, those who know, they know. What I was told the other day is that I have a very strong and cult-ish type of following. So they're the ones that fight for me. They're the ones that say, "Hey man, you don't know this guy. You guys are praising the popular guys now, but wait, hold up. No man, go back and listen to this person." So I'll still,
and it's true, they must find this.
Yeah, so I love that. I want an organic fan base, a fan base that doesn't want to be with me because somebody a lot of people are praising me. No, they must like it because they feel it. I like what this guy is doing. That's what I'm following.
But I can feel it. When you speak of something that you love, that's something that is within. It's there. You can see it. You can feel it. You can even hear it. I love the fact that when you explain it, it's like we cannot stop you. Every time you speak of music, it's like it's within. You are living it. Like it's easy for you to say, I'm just releasing, guys. I've been releasing, so it's like it's easy for you to.
I am the music.
You just do that. Hence I'm saying Mapasika will do the works.
Oh yeah, Mapasika. So let's talk about, what do you want to know about Mapasika?
Yeah, what's the song all about?
In my dreams. These are the lyrics. Look. In my dreams, you look at me. I'm talking about a woman, and say to me, "Baby, please don't call me sweet."
Okay.
They're having an interaction.
Yes.
So I say to you, okay, in my dreams, you look at me, then call me sweet. Oh, she's the one who's calling me sweet. I say to you, baby, please don't call me sweet. So we fight all night, then make up, then go to sleep. Well, I tell her that they have a romance, you know. We go to sleep for the pillow fight.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody else, but when I fell, I don't need no other girl, but when I fell, all my life I wanna share with. When I I give it all to you. Then you get to the chorus.
Yeah.
Usi palapan, uliratola,
Wonderful.
lona la niti, obuntle palifika, neo ya modimo, wena ulimuwi, mapasika, mapasika. I've never dated anyone by the name Mapasika, so Mapasika is just the character that I used in this.
I was supposed to give us like sisters, the boy girls.
What do you mean? I see
Sokodis, yeah.
Hey, I have you.
For what do we have?
I Ivana Kalega there. That's a story that you don't want to hear. It's a whole episode there. That one is a whole episode.
You see, I told you, we will never finish because this thing is just within. So something else like it's difficult to explain. So you are trying to explain. You've been explaining, but we are not. We are not even nearby. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you.
It's the one.
It's